So in my last post, I didn't mention that I have actually been staying over at my grandma's house. I am the closest living relative, but her house is still a good 2 hours away from where I live. On most days, I just crash in the guest bedroom. It's been okay, but lately I've been plagued by nightmares, and there's this strong smell of sulfur all throughout the house that I never noticed when Grandma was still alive. I'm also having a bit of trouble getting along with Grandma's cat. Spooky. He's the weirdest little creature that I've ever seen. He's basically a giant mop of black hair with beady little eyes that stare at me accusingly. He refuses to eat anything I feed him, and it's starting to worry me. I actually caught him hissing at a bowl of meow mix. I plan on taking Spooky to live with me, but I swear that he knows he is about to move somehow, even though he's a cat. I can't really explain it. Grandma also used to have another cat named Wilbur, but he went missing about a year ago. I wonder if Spooky misses him. They were siblings. If there are any cat owners here that could help me in that regard, I would appreciate it. Anyway, let's get down to it. You all probably came here hoping to read another story from the recipes book. You have to understand, nearly every chapter is handwritten by several different authors, so it's taking me forever to decipher some of these. All I know about the author of today's chapter is that it is someone who personally knew my grandmother, based on the fact that her name is mentioned in the text. How to visit the black market of the Dark Ages. Intro. My dear friend Wynne, who dwells in the 14th realm, asked me to write down this recipe for her collection. She has visited the black market of the Dark Ages many times herself and knows that it is not without danger. I am not quite sure who you are, dear reader, but I hope that you are experienced in other dimensional travel. If you are not, I urge you to visit a safer place before following these instructions that will get you to the black market. And even if you are an experienced traveler, you need to be extremely careful and follow all of the safety measures that I listed on this page. Don't ever say that I didn't warn you. About the black market. The black market takes place in the 21st realm of the semi-mortals every year on the eve of the Dark Ages. The Dark Ages is, simply put, the name that is given to the season of darkness. It lasts approximately 3 months and is considered the holiest, as well as the most dangerous of seasons. There are many things that go bump in the night. So, imagine what can go wrong when it's night for an entire season without end. But, nevertheless, the texts of old consider the Dark Ages a time of peace, quiet, and silent self-reflection. On the eve of the Dark Ages, the people of the 21st realm have a black market. If you live in this realm, it is easy to get there and to participate. You are probably already aware of what all the rules are and what exactly you can buy. This page of instructions is for those who are not from the 21st realm, but would still like to visit the black market and buy what they can't find on Earth. The black market isn't anything like the places you call malls, but it is still a market. You won't get anything for free, and they won't accept your earthly currency. It is therefore very important that you bring several items with you that you can trade for goods and services. Some examples of commonly traded items are an heirloom, preferably from your mother's side of the family, a person you strongly dislike, a small animal that is unique to you, bottled sand taken from a beach at night, wisdom teeth, nails from a human child, your firstborn son or daughter. Instructions. Go to a library that you have been a member at for at least a year. Always wait for evening, but never go past midnight. Tell the lady at the counter that you've made a reservation for Crude Tales of the Dark Ages and give her your library card. She will look you up in the computer, tell you that indeed you have a reservation, and ask you to follow her. The librarian will lead you to a small room in the back of the library that you have never noticed before. Here she will hand you the book, called Crude Tales of the Dark Ages. She will tell you to read it only in that room. You must only nod and take the book from her. Don't ask her anything else because she will just hiss at you and walk away. Open the book. You will find short poems about women being burned at the stake and knights getting beheaded, as well as little drawings to go along with it. It's actually a pretty fun read. Sit down on the big chair that's in the corner of the room and take a nap, with the book still open in your lap. This might seem impossible, but you'll fall asleep easily. I promise you. You will wake up sitting down on a narrow street with your back against a brick wall. Open your eyes and look at all the people walking around chattering. You will see rows upon rows of market stands. Congratulations. You made it to the black market. Start walking around, but keep your head down. I know this is annoying because you probably want to see everything that's going on at the market, but trust me. The people of the 21st realm consider it extremely disrespectful for strangers to look around openly. If they catch you, you will be seized and put on trial for public indecency. That is after the Dark Ages end. You will be withering away in a dungeon awaiting your trial for the entire season first. Now that you are at the market, I will give you a small oversight of the most popular attractions and items. The large red, fleshy-looking stand that can be found at the beginning of the market sells real human hair extensions. You'll see a large selection of human heads, mostly female, all with long, thick hair. Simply tell the vendor which hair you're interested in. Remember to whisper. He will have you sit down on a small chair and grab you by the hair. This might hurt a little, because he's not exactly gentle. He will grab a large pair of shears and cut off all of your hair. Then he will seize the human head of your choosing, rip out the hair, and glue it to your head. The hair will now forever be attached to your head. Unless if you ever dye it or cut it. If you do that, you will go bald. Forever. This vendor loves jewelry, especially earrings, and will accept virtually any pair of earrings as payment. If you walk a little further down, you get to the potion stand. The potion vendor is a short, older lady with bright red hair. When you see her, she'll likely be stirring a substance in a large pot. She sells standard as well as personalized potions. You can even give her an old family recipe that nobody of your generation knows how to use, and she will recreate the potion without any issues. As a general rule of thumb, the deadlier and meaner a potion is, the pricier. If you want a potion that kills off all of your enemies, be prepared to give the lady your firstborn child. If you just want a simple love potion, she will sell it to you in return for an acquaintance you could care less about. The weaponsmith is a good friend of mine. He's the one who looks like he's overdressed for the occasion. He wears chainmail wherever he goes, and it is not unusual for him to wear a full suit of armor to work. Don't fault him. He's just trying to show off what he can make. Everybody needs to make a living. From this guy, you can buy virtually any kind of armor or weapons that you want, made out of any kind of material. If his wife, a short, stout woman, is with him, you are in luck. She will enchant your purchases for you at a very small price. The weaponsmith and his wife like being paid in gemstones and human residue, respectively. There are, of course, hundreds of other stands. Most of them sell little knickknacks, cursed items, and board games. You can also find a variety of exotic pets, textbooks, and plants. Just remember that nothing is as innocent as it might seem to you. Don't buy a board game expecting it to be like Scrabble, or take home a weird pet because you think it'd make a great birthday gift for a friend's kid. And for God's sake, if you ever see a sign that says, "Don't touch," don't fucking touch it. So that's my grandma's weird friend's recipe. If you are all still interested, I will keep you updated.
Is it a sin? Is it a crime? Loving you dear like I do. If it's a crime, then I'm guilty. guilty of loving you.